Good wishes to all of you. Social Science Contemporary India 2 Textbook in Geography for Class 7 7 Chapter Lines of National Economy. Take a look at Figure 7.1 Means of Transport Land, Water, Air. Land divided into 3 roadways, railways, pipelines. Water divided into 2 inland, overseas. Air divided into 2 ways domestic airways, international airways. Domestic airways divided into 2 public undertaking, private airlines. We use different materials and services in our daily life. Some of these are available in our immediate surroundings, while other requirements are met by bringing things from other places. Goods and services do not move from supply locales to demand locales on their own. The movement of these goods and services from their supply locations to demand locations necessitates the need for transport. Some people are engaged in facilitating these movements. These are known to be traders who make the products come to the consumers by transportation. Thus, the pace of development of a country depends upon the production of goods and services as well as their movement over space. Therefore, efficient means of transport are prerequisites for fast development. Movement of these goods and services can be over three important domains of our earth, that is land, water and air. Based on these, transport can also be classified into land, water and air transport. For a long time, trade and transport were restricted to a limited space. With the development in science and technology, the area of influence of trade and transport expanded far and wide. Today, the world has been converted into a large village with the help of efficient and fast moving transport. Transport has been able to achieve this with the help of equally developed communication system. Therefore, transport, communication and trade are complementary to each other. Today, India is well linked with the rest of the world despite its vast size, diversity, and linguistic and socio-cultural plurality. Railways, airways, waterways, newspapers, radio, television, cinema, and internet, etc., have been contributing to its socio-economic progress in many ways. The traders from local to international levels have added to the vitality of its economy. It has enriched our life and added substantially to growing amenities and facilities for the comforts of life. In this chapter, you will see how modern means of transport and communication serve as lifelines of our nation and its modern economy. It is thus evident that a dense and efficient network of transport and communication is a prerequisite for local, national, and global trade of today. Transport roadways. India has one of the largest road networks in the world, aggregating to about 54.7 lakh kilometers in India. Roadways have preceded railways. They still have an edge over railways in view of the ease with which they can be built and maintained. The growing importance of road transport vis-a-vis rail transport is rooted in the following reasons. Construction cost of roads is much lower than that of railway lines. Roads can traverse comparatively more dissected and undulating topography. Roads can negotiate higher gradients of slopes and as such can traverse mountains such as the Himalayas. Road transport is economical in transportation of few persons and relatively smaller amount of goods over short distances. It also provides door-to-door service, thus the cost of loading and unloading is much lower. Road transport is also used as a feeder to other modes of transport such as they provide a link between railway stations, air and seaports. In India, roads are classified in the following six classes according to their capacity. Look at the map of the national highways and find out about the significant role played by these roads. Golden quadrilateral superhighways. The government has launched a major road development project Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai and linking Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai and Delhi by 6-lane superhighways. The north-south corridors linking Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir and Kanyakumari, Tamil Nadu. An east-west corridor connecting Silchar, Assam and Porbandar, Gujarat are part of this project. The major objective of these superhighways is to reduce the time and distance between the mega cities of India. These highway projects are being implemented by the National Highway Authority of India (NHAI). National Highways. National highways link extreme parts of the country. These are the primary road systems and are laid and maintained by the Central Public Works Department (CPWD). A number of major national highways run in north, south, and east west directions. The historical Shershah Suri Marg is called National Highway number 1 between Delhi and Amritsar. Take a look at figure 7.2. Ahmedabad Vadodara Expressway. Activity. Find out places linked by the National Highway 213. State highways, road linking a state capital with different district headquarters are known as state highways. These roads are constructed and maintained by the State Public Works Department (PWD) in state and union territories. District roads. These roads connect the district headquarters with other places of the district. These roads are maintained by the Jilla Parishad. Other roads, rural roads which link rural areas and villages with towns are classified under this category. These roads received special impetus under the Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana. Under this scheme, special provisions are made so that every village in the country is linked to a major town in the country by an all-season motorable road. Border roads. Apart from these, border roads organization, a government of India undertaking constructs and maintains roads in the bordering areas of the country. India National Highways. Take a look at this India map. It contains with national highways. This organization was established in 1960 for the development of the roads of strategic importance in the northern and northeastern border areas. These roads have improved accessibility in areas of difficult terrain and have helped in the economic development of this area. Take a look at figure 7.3 Hilly tracts. Take a look at figure 7.4 Traffic on Northeastern Border Road, Arunachal Pradesh. Roads can also be classified on the basis of the type of material used for their construction, such as metalled and unmetalled roads. Metalled roads may be made of cement, concrete, or even bitumen of coal. Therefore, these are all weather roads. Unmetalled roads go out of use in the rainy seasons. Railways. Railways are the principal mode of transportation for freight and passengers in India. Railways also make it possible for people to conduct multifarious activities like businesses, sightseeing, pilgrimage, along with the transportation of goods over longer distances. Apart from an important means of transport, the Indian Railway have been a great integrating force for more than 150 years. Railways in India bind the economic life of the country as well as accelerate the development of the industry and agriculture. The Indian Railway is the largest public sector undertaking in the country. The first train steamed off from Mumbai to Thane in 1853, covering a distance of 34 kilometers. The Indian Railway is now reorganized into 16 zones. Activity: find out the current railway zones and their headquarters. Also locate the headquarters of railway zones on the map of India. The distribution pattern of the railway network in the country has been largely influenced by physiographical, economic, and administrative factors. The northern plains, with their vast level land, high population density, and rich agricultural resources, provided the most favorable condition for their growth. However, a large number of rivers requiring construction of bridges across their wide beds poses some obstacles. In the hilly terrains of the peninsular region, railway tracks are laid through low hills, gaps, or tunnels. The Himalayan mountains regions too are unfavorable for the construction of railway lines due to high relief, sparse population, and lack of economic opportunities. Likewise, it was difficult to lay railway lines on the sandy plain of western Rajasthan, swamps of Gujarat, forested tracts of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Jharkhand. Take a look at table 7.1, India Railway Track. The Indian Railway network runs on multiple gauge operations extending over 66,687 kilometers, excluding Metro Kolkata. Gauge in meters, route kilometers, running track kilometers, total track kilometers. Broad gauge 1.676, 60,510 kilometers in route, running track 85,614, total track 1,12,388, metro gauge 1000 meters, route 3,880 kilometers, running track 4,170, total track 4,747, narrow gauge 0.762 and 0.610, route 2,297, 2,297, total 2,495. Total route in kilometers 66,687, running track kilometers 92,081, total track in kilometers 1,19,630. The Indian Railway network runs on multiple gauge operations extending over 66,687 kilometers, excluding Metro Kolkata. Source: Railway Yearbook 2015-16, Ministry of Railways, Government of India website. Take a look at www.indianrailway.government.in. The contiguous stretch of Sahyadri could be crossed only through gaps or passes ghats. In recent times, the development of the Konkan Railway along the west coast has facilitated the movement of passengers and goods in this most important economic region of India. It has also faced a number of problems such as sinking of track in some stretches and landslides. Today, the railway have become more important in our national economy than all other means of transport put together. However, rail transport suffers from certain problems as well. Many passengers travel without tickets. Thefts and damaging of railway property has not yet stopped completely. People stop the trains, pull the chain unnecessarily, and this causes heavy damage to the railway. Think over it how we can help our railway in running as per the scheduled time. Pipelines. Pipeline transport network is a new arrival on the transportation map of India. In the past, these were used to transport water to cities and industries. Now, these are used for transporting crude oil, petroleum products, and natural gas from oil and natural gas fields to refineries, fertilizer factories, and big thermal power plants. Solids can also be transported through a pipeline when converted into slurry. The far inland locations of refineries like Barauni, Mathura, Panipat, and gas based fertilizer plants could be thought of, thought of only because of pipelines. Initial cost of laying pipelines is high, but subsequent running costs are minimal. It rules out transshipment losses or delays. There are three important networks of pipeline transportation in the country. From oil field in Upper Assam to Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh, via Guwahati, Barauni, and Allahabad. It has branches from Barnaut, Barauni to Haldia, via Rajban to Maurigram, Maurigram and Guwahati to Siliguri. From Salaya in Gujarat to Jalandhar in Punjab, via Viramgam, Mathura, Delhi, and Sonipat. It has branches to connect Koyali near Vadodara, Gujarat, Chakshu, and other places. Gas pipeline from Hazira in Gujarat connects Jagdishpur in Uttar Pradesh. Via Vizaypur in Madhya Pradesh, it has branches to Kota in Rajasthan, Shahjahanpur, Babrala, and other places in Uttar Pradesh. Waterways. Since the ancient period, India was one of the seafaring countries. Its seamen sailed far and near, thus carrying and spreading Indian commerce and culture. Waterways are the cheapest means of transport. They are most suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. It is a fuel efficient and environment friendly mode of transport. India has inland navigation waterways of 14,500 kilometers in length. Out of these, only 5,685 kilometers are navigable by mechanized vessels. The following waterways have been declared as the national waterways by the government. Take a look at this map. Activity. Railway line has been extended from Banihal to Baramulla in the Kashmir Valley. Locate these two towns on the map of India. Take a look at figure 7.5. Inland waterways widely used in northeastern states. Take a look at figure 7.6. Trucks being driven into the vessel at Mumbai port. Take a look at figure 7.7. Tanker discharging crude oil at New Mangalore port. The Ganga river between Allahabad and Haldia, 1620 kilometers. Number 1. The Brahmaputra river between Sadhya and Dhubri, 891 kilometers NW, northwestern coast. Number 2. The West Coast Canal in Kerala, Kothapurma, Kollam, Udyagamandal, and Champakara canals, 205 kilometers northwest. Number 3. Specified stretches of Godavari and Krishna rivers along with Kakinada Puducherry stretch of canals, 1078 kilometers northwest. Number 4. Specified stretches of river Brahmani along with Mathai river delta channels of Mahanadi and Brahmani rivers and East Coast Canal, 588 kilometers northwest. Number 5. These are some other inland waterways on which substantial transportation takes place. These are Mandavi, Jauri, and Kambodja, Sundarbans, Barak, and backwaters of Kerala. Apart from these, India trade with foreign countries is carried from the ports located along the coast. 95% of the country's trade volume, 68% in terms of value, is moved by sea. Major seaports with a long coastline of 7,516.6 kilometers. India is dotted with 12 major and 200 notified non-major minor intermediate ports. These major ports handle 95% of India's foreign trade. Kandla in Kutch was the first port developed soon after independence to ease the volume of trade on the Mumbai port in the wake of loss of Karachi port to Pakistan after the partition. Kandla, also known as the Dindayal port, is a tidal port. It caters to the convenient handling of exports and imports of highly productive granary and industrial belt stretching across the states of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, and Gujarat. Mumbai is the biggest port with the spacious natural and well sheltered harbour. The Jawaharlal Nehru port was planned with a view to decongest the Mumbai port and serve as a hub port for this region. Marmagao Port, Goa, is the premier iron ore exporting port of the country. This port accounts for about 50% of India's iron ore export. New Mangaluru port, located in Karnataka, caters to the export of iron ore concentrates from Kudremukh mines. Kochi is the extreme southwestern port located at the entrance of a lagoon with the natural harbour. Moving along the sea east coast, you would see the extreme southeastern port of Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu. This port has a natural harbour and rich hinterland. Thus, it has a flourishing trade handling of a large variety of cargoes to even our neighbouring countries like Sri Lanka, Maldives, etc. And the coastal regions of India, Chennai is one of the oldest artificial ports of the country. It is ranked next to Mumbai in terms of the volume of trade and cargo. Visakhapatnam is the deepest landlocked and well protected port. This port was originally conceived as an outlet for iron ore exports. Paradip Paradvip port, located in Odisha, specializes in the export of iron ore. Kolkata is an inland riverine port. This port serves a very large and rich hinterland of Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Being a tidal port, it requires constant dredging of Hooghly. Haldia port was developed as a subsidiary port in order to relieve growing pressure on the Kolkata port. Take a look at figure 7.8, handling of oversized cargo at Tuticorin port. Take a look at figure 7.9, why is air travel preferred in the northeastern states? Airways. The air travel today is the fastest, most comfortable and prestigious mode of transport. It can cover very difficult terrains like high mountains, dreary deserts, dense forests, and also long oceanic stretches with great ease. Think of the northeastern part of the country marked with the presence of big rivers, dissected relief, dense forests, and frequent floods and international frontiers, etc. In the absence of air transport, air travel has made access easier. The air transport was nationalized in 1953. Air India provides domestic and international air services Pawan Hans Helicopters Limited provides helicopter services to Oil and Natural Gas Corporation in its offshore operations. To inaccessible areas and difficult terrains like the northeastern states and the interior parts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand. Find out the names of the countries connected by Air India. Air travel is not within the reach of the common people. It is only in the northeastern states that special provisions are made to extend the services to the common people. Communication. Ever since humans appeared on the earth, they have used different means of communication, but the pace of change has been rapid in modern times. Long distance communication is far easier without physical movement of the communicator or receiver. Personal communication and mass communication, including television, radio, press, films, etc., are the major means of communication in the country. The Indian postal network is the largest in the world. It handles parcels as well as personal written communications. Cards and envelopes are considered first class mail and are airlifted between stations covering both land and air. The second class mail includes book packets, registered newspapers, and periodicals. They are carried by surface mail covering land and water transport to facilitate quick delivery of mails in large towns and cities. Six mail channels have been introduced recently. They are called Rajdhani Channel, Metro Channel, Grain Channel, Business Channel, Bulk Mail Channel, and Periodical Channel. Take a look at this map, India, major ports, and some international airports. Take a look at figure 7.10 emergency call box on NH8. Do you know Digital India is an umbrella program to prepare India for a knowledge based transformation? The focus of Digital India program is on being transformative to realize IT Indian talent plus IT information technology is equal to IT India tomorrow, and is on making technology central to enabling change. India has one of the largest telecom networks in Asia, excluding urban places. More than two-thirds of the villages in India have already been covered with subscriber trunk dialers, trunk dialing STD telephone facility. In order to strengthen the flow of information from the grassroots to the higher level, the government has made special provision to extend 24 hours STD facility to every village in the country. There is a uniform rate of STD facilitates all over India. It has been made possible by integrating the development in space technology with communication technology. Mass communication provides entertainment and creates awareness among people about various national programs and policies. It includes radio, television, newspaper, magazines, books, and films. All India Radio, Akashvani broadcasts a variety of programs in national, regional, and local languages for various categories of people spread over different parts of the country. Doordarshan, the national television channel of India, is one of the largest terrestrial networks in the world. It broadcasts a variety of programs from entertainment, educational to sports, etc. For people of different age groups, India publishes a large number of newspapers and periodicals annually. They are of different types depending upon their periodicity. Newspapers are published in about 100 languages and dialects. Did you know that the largest number of newspapers published in the country are in Hindi, followed by English and Urdu? India is the largest producer of feature films in the world. It produced short films, video feature films, and video short films. The Central Board of Film Certification is the authority to certify both Indian and foreign films. International trade. The exchange of goods among people, states, and countries is referred to as trade. The market is the place where such exchanges take place. Trade between two countries is called international trade. It may take place it may take place through sea, air, or land routes, while local trade is carried in cities, towns, and villages. State level trade is carried between two or more states. Advancement of international trade of a country is an index to its economic prosperity. It is therefore considered the economic barometer for a country. As the resources are space bound, no country can survive without international trade. Export and import are the components of trade. The balance of trade of a country is the difference between its export and import. When the value of export exceeds the value of imports, it is called a favorable balance of trade. On the contrary, if the value of imports exceeds the value of exports, it is termed as unfavorable balance of trade. India has trade relations with all the major trading blocs and all geographical regions of the world. The commodities exported from India to other countries include gems and jewelry, chemicals and related products, agriculture and allied products, etc. Take a look at this image. Prepare a project on the heritage tourism in India. Ecotourism along the mangrove forests in Goa. India ranked world's fourth best holiday haven. Dream destinations: Italy, New Zealand, Australia, India, South Africa, France, Thailand, Spain, Brazil, Switzerland. The commodities imported to India include petroleum crude and products, gems and jewelry, chemicals and related products, base metals, electronic items, machinery, agriculture, and allied products. India has emerged as a software giant at the international level, and it is earning large foreign exchange through the export of information technology. Tourism as a trade. Tourism in India has grown substantially over the last 3 decades. More than 15 million people are directly engaged in the tourism industry. Tourism also promotes national integration, provides support to local handicrafts and cultural pursuits. It also helps in the development of international understanding about our culture and heritage. Foreign tourists visit India for heritage tourism, ecotourism, adventure tourism, cultural tourism, medical tourism, and business tourism. There is a vast potential for development of tourism in all parts of the country. Efforts are being made to promote different types of tourism for this upcoming industry. Activity. On the map of India show important tourist place of your state UT and its connectivity with other parts of the country by railways, roadways, airways. Discuss in the class. What type of tourism may be developed in your state UT and why? Which areas in your state or UT you find more attractive for development of tourism and why? How tourism may be helpful for the economic development of your region adopting sustainable development approach. Exercises. Multiple choice questions. Which two of the following extreme locations are connected by the east-west corridor? Mumbai and Nagpur, Mumbai and Kolkata, Silchar and Porbandar, Nagpur and Siliguri. Which mode of transport reduces transshipment losses and delays? railways, pipeline, roadways, waterways. Which one of the following states is not connected with the HVG pipeline? Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh. Which one of the following ports is the deepest land-locked and well-protected port along the east coast? Chennai, Tuticorin, Paradvip, Vishakhapatnam. Which one of the following is the most important modes of transportation in India? Pipeline, roadways, railways, airways. Which one of the following terms is used to describe trade between two or more countries? Internal trade, external trade, international trade, local trade. Answer the following questions in about 30 words. State any three merits of roadways. Where and why is rail transport the most conventional means of transportation? What is the significance of the border roads? What is meant by trade? What is the difference between international and local trade? Answer the following questions in about 120 words. Why are the means of transportation and communication called the lifelines of a nation and its economy? Write a note on the changing nature of the international trade in the last 15 years. Quiz drive. Northern terminal of the North-South Corridor. The name of National Highway number 2. The headquarters of the South Railway Zone. The rail gauge with a track with width of 1.676 meter. The southern terminal of the National Highway number 7. A riverine port. Busiest railway junction in northern India. Activity. Start your search vertically, horizontally or diagonally and reach various destinations across the country. Appendix 1. Websites you can see. Appendix 2. Production of iron ore 2016-17 showing statewide sharing in percent. Odisha 52% total production. Chhattisgarh 16, Karnataka 14, Jharkhand 11, others 7, total 100. Source Ministry of Mines, Government of India, Annual Report 2016-17. Production of manganese ore 2016-17 showing statewide share in percent. State total production. Madhya Pradesh 27, Maharashtra 25, Odisha 25, Karnataka 11, Andhra Pradesh 2, others 2. Total 100. Source Ministry of Mines, Government of India, Annual Report 2016-17. Production of bauxite 2016-17 showing state-wise share in percent. State total production. Odisha 49%, Gujarat 24, Jharkhand 9, Chhattisgarh 8, Maharashtra 8, others 2. Total 100%. Source Ministry of Mines, Government of India, Annual Report 2016-17. Production of limestone 2016-17 showing state-wise share in percent. State percent of total production. Rajasthan 21, Madhya Pradesh 11, Andhra Pradesh 11, Chhattisgarh 10, Karnataka 10, Gujarat 8, Tamil Nadu 8, Telangana 8, others 13. Total 100. Source Ministry of Mines, Government of India, Annual Report 2016-17. Appendix 3. Steel plants, year of establishment, collaborating country, location. IISCO 1817 to 1913, private entirely nationalized in 1972. Kulti and Burnpur WB. TISCO 1907, private ownership, Jamshedji Tata, Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. VISL 1923, private as MISCO, nationalized later, Bhadravati, Karnataka. Bhilai 1959, public sector, Soviet Union, Bhilai, Madhya Pradesh. Bokaro 1972, public sector, Soviet Union, Bokaro, Jharkhand. Durgapur 1959 Public Sector UK Durgapur WB. Rourkela Public Sector Germany Rourkela Odisha. Visakhapatnam Public Sector Visakhapatnam. Salem Public Sector Visakhapatnam Andhra Pradesh. Salem Public Sector Salem Tamil Nadu. Vizayanagar Public Sector Karnataka. Glossary Anticline, a fold in sedimentary strata that resembles an arch. Gross domestic product. It is a monetary measurement of the value of goods and services produced within a natural economy at a given period of time. Normally, it is 1 year. Geologist, a scientist who studies the composition, structure, and history of the earth. Geothermal gradient, the gradual increase in temperature with depth in the crust. The average is 30 degrees C per kilometer in the upper crust. Humus, dead and decayed organic matter, adds to the fertility of the topsoil. Igneous rocks, rocks which have solidified from molten magma. Manganese nodules, a type of sediment scattered on the ocean floor, consisting mainly of manganese and iron, and usually containing small amounts of copper, nickel, and cobalt. Metamorphic rocks, rocks which were originally igneous or sedimentary but have changed in character and appearance. Oil trap, a geological structure that allows for significant amounts of oil and gas to accumulate. Rock, a consolidated mixture of minerals. Sedimentary rocks, rocks which have been deposited as beds and layers of sediments. Thank you.